guys, it's Rainbow Chick here, and today I'm going to do a makeup tutorial, which was asked in the comments. Someone also asked if I do mom's makeup, which I might later on. The only thing I probably won't do on her is eyeliner, though. I'm good on it on myself, not on other people. That's just how I am. Anyways, I'm going to start off with... Where is it? This. It is a correcting palette. It has different colors. I don't know how well you can see it. I'm using my camera and it's not the, it's a pretty good camera. It's just I can't see myself. I can't see what I'm doing on like a viewfinder or anything. But it has purple and it had some concealer on here and it was green. And then there's a highlight. The green is for reddish tones to help with blemishes, with redness in your cheeks, just redness in general. It's usually pretty good to put over sores and stuff like that. Like if you have acne pretty bad, like I have, as you can see right here, I have a pretty decent sized little sore right there from, it was a pretty big zit, yeah. But as you can see, I'm out of the green. So I'm going to use the purple instead of the green. I got my little compact mirror. I honestly don't know what brand this was or where it came from. Mom gave it to me. Keto Diamond gave it to me.
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree. It was a Dollar Tree mirror? Okay. It works good though. I like it.
That is Goodwill. I don't know, but I think it's Dollar Tree.
The only thing I forgot to do was put up the little light. That won't take but a split second though. My son's over here being crazy.
But he's crazy adorable. Yeah.
There we go. That way y'all can see a little better now. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to start off using the purple in this. I'd normally use green, but honestly I think purple works a little better. And to apply this, I am using a little sponge, which you wet before use, and then you make sure there's no excess water in it. So as you can tell, there's nothing extra in it now. It's just a little damp. Honestly, I wet it last night, and it's still wet, but it's been in a dark place this whole time. It's been in my big old suitcase full of makeup.
Literally?
Yeah, big old suitcase full of makeup. But I only use a handful of it, so I probably shouldn't have as much, but I don't think anyone could tell me otherwise. Just trying to cover all the spots that need to be covered, from zits to sores to any redness, mostly. But I probably won't cover all the redness, just the main places. I actually tried to record this video last night on my mother's phone, but with the way I like to edit, I couldn't get it onto the laptop to edit it. So and it was also extremely long, and I doubt y'all want to watch a video that's that long.
Plus, we were talking a lot of goofy stuff all around her.
Which I didn't mind. It just kept distracting me, kept making the video even longer. It was like a 40-some minute video, maybe 50 minute. So I'm going to try to shorten this one a little bit so it's not as big of a file to upload either. Not as much to edit. Plus, Aaron kind of came in the house at one moment and said something he should not have.
Tell them who Aaron is.
Aaron is my fiance, and the little boy y'all heard a couple times is our son. We have been together for almost 3 years. You're going to show him in the video?
Can you see him? He's heavy. He weighs a good. Can you see him? Here he is. I don't. He's looking at Grandma like Grandma's nuts. Huh.
Yeah, you are nuts, though.
I know, but it's a fun nut.
I know. So, now I look like a goofy goober. Goofy goober, yeah!
Now you got a song stuck in my head. Honey Bear, stop trying to eat me.
What?
I was licking my fingers off where I was eating my food and I was wiping it on my pants and Honey Bear come over there trying to dab gnaw on me.
This is another color correcting pen. It is yellow for the sake of downing purple tones. Now, I understand I just put purple on my face. I'm not putting it over the purple. I'll use an actual concealer over the purple, but this is going up underneath my eyes to help with the darkness underneath. My eyes shouldn't be this dark because I think I slept enough. Of course, I was up really late too, but I'm kind of a night owl.
Mom, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And the reason why I do this up here, I normally don't, but my eyebrows are a little fluffy looking. So I add it right there because then it pretty much covers over the hairs that are right there and it makes them skin tone. I do that and then I add a concealer over all the spots that I just did. I forgot to tell you what brand this was. This is L'Oreal Paris True Match. It's super blendable correcting concealer. So it's still just a color corrector, just like the palette I used, which I don't know. I don't really consider it a palette. When I think of palettes, I think more of like this. It's eyeshadow. I know that a palette is just something that has multiple different things in it. It's just, to me, it doesn't seem that way. And then I use this over all the purple, just a normal concealer. See, the thing about the palette is it will dry down if you let it sit too long, which is one reason why I put the concealer over it, because it doesn't dry down as bad with something over it. Normally I add way more than this, but I don't want the video to be like forever.
Uh-oh, you stood it down. Uh-oh.
Like, I know some people will watch a longer video, but anyone who's just looking for a quick tutorial ain't gonna sit through a 50-minute video.
They ain't gonna?
Ain't gonna.
You better be careful, you're gonna sound like your redneck mama.
I already sound like my redneck mama. Because I am just like my redneck mama. I think every one of the subscribers here, every one of your subscribers will say so.
Speaking of which, guys and dolls, what kind of collaboration and video would you like to see me and Corina or Rainbow Chick do? And for those of you who don't know me, I am Keto Diamond and I help anybody lose weight.
Shameless plug here.
That's right.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, baby.
Well, you rinse this sponge off for me real fast?
Yep.
Get all the purple off of it you can. Because if I try to use it with the purple on it, it'll blend in with the concealer a little too much.
Does it matter how wet it gets?
No, I just want the purple off of it, as much of it as you can. Try to squeeze up any excess water that's in there.
Alrighty then. This is why I'm old school.
Well, yeah, you just...
She's too much work.
Hey, pain is beauty.
I think it's beauty is pain.
Either way, same.
Beauty is a pain.
I'm just making sure there's no excess water in it, so I'm squeezing the sponge.
Alright, which one of you stole my scissors? Okay.
I didn't do it. Not this time. What are you doing?
Opening my food.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, my performance is better.
You probably shouldn't talk too much about it in this video since it's going up today.
Well, they only get to see a part of what I ate today. Oh, wow.
Well, they're seeing it a day in advance.
It's okay. Besides, they're only getting to see breakfast. You can't make this video last for dinner.
I need more concealer.
Uh-oh.
It'll last through this video and everything, but,
Oh, I better go record this.
yeah. You better go record that, Ma.
Hey, Anthony's trying to run me over.
Yeah. I'm having to really dig it out of here.
Alright, boy.
Anthony's trying to kill Mom. He's just tripping her a little bit.
Trying to run my damn toes over.
Make sure you watch what you're saying, though.
That's not that bad of a word.
I know. I just want to... Look, I can't even monetize yet, and yet you're going to say stuff that means it won't ever be able to be monetized, so just watch it.
I'm not going to say too many words. Not saying little Jackson is in check today.
Mom, what are you talking about? Mom.
What?
I'm just getting on to you because you love to experiment too much. And that always means your weight's going to go
What
up.
if I have one of these, look, if I have one of my nut butters melted with some of this vanilla extract?
Probably not good.
Vanilla nut butter? Sweet, sugary vanilla nut butter?
But it's not really sugary because it's
No,
not
it's
sugar.
monk fruit, but still.
Of course, monk fruit does taste just like sugar to me. The only thing is, I think it dissolves more than sugar.
Probably faster. I need to get some unsweetened tea and try that other one. The lemon one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one of these nut butters out, let it melt, and try that.
Just use some of Aaron's tea bags if you need to.
Nah, that's too much work.
Why?
Because I have to actually make tea. And
But
if
it's
I
not
do
like it's that hard. You literally just put the tea bags in there and let water run through it, and then you have nothing else to do until you dump it into a jug.
I know, but if I do that, I'm not gonna put sugar in it.
But you don't have to put sugar in it, Mom.
It's force of habit. I made tea that way for 40 years. Okay, 37.
Yeah, you've been keto the last several years, you know.
You better get off of my foot, please. Sit down. Are you about to have him puppy?
She shouldn't yet, though. It ain't been that long.
No, but she's being kind of clingy.
I hope she's okay.
Oh, she wants this damn nut butter.
Oh, come on, Mom. You should have knew that already.
She shouldn't. Uh-oh. Hello? Hey, Mom. I don't know.
You might still see some of the spots through my makeup, but it's not going to be so bad once I add the foundation to it, which I'm about to do. The main parts I focus on over here, though, is,
Hopefully I'll have some. I know it's cropping really bad. I don't know if it's yet.
is the under my eyes. It's mainly because they're so dark. I stay up pretty late. I have a really hard time waking up at night once I go to sleep, so I stay up with Anthony as long as I can, and then Aaron takes over.
So the thing,
And
the best thing?
he works, so
Yeah.
that's why I try to stay up as long as I can. I'm such a heavy sleeper, I don't wake up in the middle of the night. But once morning comes around, like once Aaron leaves for work, I have no problem waking up with Anthony. I don't know if that's just because my brain's like he will get up or or what, but he wakes up with Anthony though the second he makes a noise. Like, I had already given Anthony his bottle last night to put him back to sleep, and Aaron jumped up like he was going to grab the bottle.
He did one time, but that didn't really mean he ran off.
And, when he jumped up to give him the bottle, I was like, what are you doing? I already gave him the bottle. He looked over, I was like, oh. And he just laid back down. So, Aaron's a good daddy.
Aaron's biggest flaw is that when he plays video games, he gets Tourette's.
Oh, yeah. You know what, though? Tourette's really isn't that rare of a thing.
Yeah.
And the way he is, a lot of times, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually had it.
Well, you know your brother has it.
I know.
Your brother and his best friend, one of his childhood best friends has it.
Yeah, they're not really best friends now, but his childhood best friend is also his girlfriend's brother, which my best friend is her.
That wasn't confusing at all.
I know, the way I said that.
Destiny, 'cause most of the people
Yeah,
know
Destiny is my best friend, and my brother's childhood best friend is her brother. There.
And all of y'all are nuts.
And I don't think I said what I was doing right now, but I am doing my foundation now. It's a Huda Beauty foundation. I'm just applying it the same way I applied everything else with a sponge. There's still a tad bit of purple in the back end of the sponge, but I don't need that sponge. What?
Alright, so I got this What? Mr. Warcry? Catch the kitty already. Let's try to catch it. I'm going to try some of that vanilla Lakanto and this chocolate almond milk.
Chocolate?
Yeah, it's unsweetened chocolate almond.
Huh.
I need a bitty cup.
What I want to try is some of that lemon extract one, the monk fruit sweetened one with lemon, and some unsweetened tea. Just to see if I like it and can stand it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still unsweetened tea. That's why I was going to buy like a jug of it and see what happens.
Hold on, baby. Mama's doing her video. I know you don't quite understand that yet, but he's pulling on my shirt over here.
Y'all just ignore me when I run around making stuff because I have to shoot for my video too. Anthony, don't run around.
And me and her are probably going to do another video later today, but it'll probably be a video that we do tomorrow. For tomorrow.
Are you talking about on Ghost?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I heard a male's voice today.
Hey, talk about that in my video.
I will.
Don't mention it in this video.
Well, if you mention it in this video, that gives them reason to watch the next one. Anthony, stop trying to kill Grandma. I lost my syrup.
If y'all want to hear all about that voice she talked about just now, watch the next video when it's uploaded.
Hold on, baby doll. Wait a minute.
I know this looks a bit like a mess, but I promise it'll work out in the end.
Hold on, baby. I can't get through. You want some baby food?
Maybe. He hasn't had any of that yet today.
Hold on, let me get you some.
What time is it?
It would be helpful if you stopped running me over.
Yeah, it's about time for a nap. Bottle. Hey, Mom. Here's this, too.
Alright.
It might be about time for a nap.
Okay. Let Grandma hook you up with a brand new bottle. What do you think? Here, get this water warmed up.
If he starts crying, might just be that he needs a nap.
Hey, Mama's working on it. Where's your Nana pudding? I found it here.
I still see a little purple right here and kind of dab all that away.
That's Grandma's toe.
Oh.
I'm trying. Don't argue with me. Here you go. Yeah? Is that what we want? What's in that? Black, always.
That baby gets dirt all around his neck. All the way around.
Like this 24/7 thing, ain't it? There we go. The water's warming up for your bottle, okay?
Alright. See, I do own contour stuff, but I have a natural contour line, so I don't really use contour. I don't necessarily need it anyway. Sometimes I'll put something right there to darken the line there that's already existing. Just so it's a little more defined. It makes it look a little slimmer. That's what contour is meant to do. It's meant to help make your face look a little slimmer in photos and in person. Some people are just amazing at it. I'm not the best at it. So I'm just doing what I'm able to do.
Contouring is a lie.
Oh yeah. If men ever found out we could rearrange the bones in our face, we would be done for.
Oh my God, did you see Daz Black's reaction to women taking off their noses and stuff?
Oh yeah.
That was hilarious. Where's Daz Games? What's he go for?
It's Daz Games, but he also has a second channel called Daz Black.
Okay.
He has 2 channels.
Boy, did it go up your nose that time?
He's actually pretty hilarious if y'all want to go check him out. Honestly, I think he has nowhere near as many subscribers as he deserves.
He's got like 3 million, though.
I think he needs more. I mean, think about it. There's these big gaming channels that really barely do anything, and they have millions.
You know if you don't eat it, you're going to drive me crazy.
Like, Vanos, I think, has 24 million subscribers.
I could use 24 million subscribers.
I know, me too. what did I use? Alright, so the next thing I'm going to go for is I'm going to go for my eyeshadow, which I'm going to use You're a Gem eye palette. It's from Rue 21. That's where I got it. Almost everything else I got came from Walmart except for my Huda Beauty foundation, which came from Sephora. So, and this came from Dollar Tree, I'm pretty sure. This came from Dollar Tree, right, Mom?
No, they came from Walmart.
This came from Walmart. I was wrong.
Like $3 there.
They do have e.l.f. products at Dollar Tree. I guess it just depends.
Yeah, I got that at Walmart a couple weeks back.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Live a Little, which is the very first one on this palette. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but that's that one. If y'all can't see me as well, it looks like this lamp is starting to die. Hey, Mom, can you give me the cord for that lamp so I can plug it in real fast?
Yeah.
I just need the USB part. Give me just 1 second, y'all.
Don't be mad at me, I ain't going that far. Hey, I'm trying. Golly, heaven forbid Grandma walks away from that baby.
I didn't even realize this lamp was dying until just now.
Yum, 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 yum.
I about knocked over my computer.
Don't run the clothes over. Ow. I'm trying. Oh my gosh, it's scared, man.
That looks like it's still done.
Hello.
Well, that's a little bit better. Anyway. Anyways, I'm going to go with that one color I just showed you, Live a Little. And one good thing to know about when you're doing your eyeshadow is wet the brushes. Wet your brushes. They need to be damp, not soaked. Mine are a little soaked right now, so I'm drying it off a little bit real fast. It helps, especially metallic colors, it helps hold on to the colors a little better. And then it helps apply smoothly. It's not as patchy.
I'm working on it, dude.
So I'm going with a Live a Little in my corner right here. Just right there. I'm not going all the way across. And the brush I'm using is for all over eyeshadow, which is literally just for this main part across here. And then I have another brush that I'm going to use for the crease.
Oh my gosh, can you try this?
Hold on 1 second, Mama.
Okay. Oh, that's bomb.
Give me a sip. Nah, I'm not a fan, but it's okay.
You don't think it tastes good?
It tastes okay. It's not bad, it's just not for me.
Alright, Anthony, if you want me to make you a bottle, dude, you're going to back up saying it here.
Oh my god, one of my brother's sayings that I've heard him say a lot is, if it's free, it's for me. And I think that is hilarious.
I think that's honest.
We went to the family reunion on Saturday, and of course, you know, free food. That's his main reason.
That my spaghetti, but you almost didn't get none of.
Oh yeah. Alright, so the next color I'm going to go for is in my other eyeshadow palette. Which will be another shimmery color. I'm thinking I will use...
Where's the formula?
I'm going to use Power Up. It should be sitting over there.
Grandma likes.
Power Up, which is that color right there. This is the Pro Fusion Pro Pigmented Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. It's 21 shades, or it says 21. I never actually count, so.
Yeah.
But honestly, I love doing videos and stuff. I think it's a lot of fun thus far. And if you see that I'm dabbing it on, it's because so I don't blend it too much into the other color. I want it to blend like evenly. I don't want it to just kind of go over.
Try it again.
Give me a second.
Okay. I'm patient.
That's better. What did you put in there though?
5 drops of that vanilla monster.
Alright, now I'm doing the same thing for the other side.
I don't think so.
My little boy is such an angel. Once I got it all on there the way I want it, I just start rubbing it a little bit to blend it real evenly into the skin. Sorry about that, guys. My camera had turned off on me. Y'all missed just a little bit, but I'm going to fill in just a little. I used a different brush to do the crease of my eyeshadow, which I used the same palette as I used for the for my main eyeshadow, and I used the color Devoted. Sorry about that though, and just the same with this, it had to be a little wet, not too soaked or anything, just damp. It helps with the color, and use, sorry, I got a little messed up with all that, so I'm trying to remember what all I need to say. Use matte colors for the crease, because if you use all shimmery colors, they won't blend well together, they don't really work well together. It's a bunch of different shimmers, especially in the crease, because it's really kind of like a darkened place anyway, because you know it creates a shadow, so it's better just to use a darker color than the main eyeshadow, and it doesn't have to be too much darker, just a little darker is fine. I used that dark pink color, it was a really dark pink for that. So as you can tell, I've done all of that already. I just started to do the wing on my eyeliner when Mom realized that my camera had cut off. I didn't realize it, but apparently I had reached my time on here, so I had to upload everything from the camera to the computer so that I could delete everything that's on the camera so I could start over. Not necessarily start over, but do this. My grandmother likes to call down here a lot.
She hung up, so she's probably trying to call the pharmacy and call me instead.
Or you're wrong.
Alright.
Alright, I'm going to go on with my eyeliner. I'd already started doing this side. I hadn't finished. I don't know how you could tell, but it was just an outline. So let's go on with filling it in. My main problem with this is I always end up making the lines too thick by accident. I wanted to do a very thin line this time. I know there have been times I've made really huge wings, but typically what happens when I do that is I messed up doing the thin one, so I kept making it thicker and thicker and thicker until it was just way, way too thick. So, I'm getting better at doing this, though. I'm kind of proud of myself a little bit. And I'm already over 25 minutes into my video, so I mean... But after this, I just got mascara and lipstick to do, so this won't take much longer. This is going to be the side I mess up on a little bit. I'm just trying to get all of this filled in. What kind of noise is that, little boy? He's playing with his fish. Aww. If you're wondering what we're talking about when we say fish, he has a little stuffed animal that's a fish. Okay, it's a big stuffed animal, but he loves it. He also has a Scooby-Doo one that he'll randomly pick up sometimes. I need more eyeliner too. This is not good. I'm running out of makeup. There's one reason why I'm having a hard time with it. They're going to be a little off, and just remember, like I said before, sisters, not twins. This is going to be as good as that's going to be for right now. After the video, I might adjust it, try fixing it up a little bit, but it requires me to take off most of the eye makeup, and I don't have time to do all that right now. But if maybe later on I'll do another little tutorial using different eye colors and stuff like that. And by the way, the eyeliner, it was Physicians Formula. It's an eye booster. It's supposed to be for lash boosting and stuff like that too. But I'm using a natural mascara, which is by Milani. It's one of their highly rated ones. I got it at Walmart. I actually really love this one. It makes my lashes look a little fuller and thicker. At least to me, they really look different when I put it on. My video is going to get boring if Mom stops jumping in.
But I'm watching my videos because they're so entertaining.
I know they're so entertaining. That's why I need you in my videos. Duh.
Did we tell them why you call yourself Rainbow Chick?
It's my gamer tag on that I've had since I was 12.
Her daddy created it. What I think is really remarkable about it is, okay, I don't know if I can see it. But anyway, what are you yelling at? I'm over here now. Get back over this side. Come on, get me. Anyway, when I was a kid, my nickname from, like, mean children was G.I. Joni, because they thought I would mind. But the truth is, I run around wearing camouflage where camo was cool. And I told her, you know, about that correlation, Rambo Chick and G.I. Joni. She didn't get it. Do you even know who Rambo is?
No.
No?
I might, but I don't remember.
I have failed as a parent. Rambo is Sylvester Stallone. Super badass army dude. I hear there's a new Rambo movie too. I haven't seen it yet though.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I'm now using an e.l.f. lip primer. I think that's the plumper. I don't want the plumper. I need the other side. It's a plumper and primer, but I'm using the primer for the color. And since I have lip ring, I have to move that out of the way. It sounds like someone's pulling in or something.
Yeah, little Brian's pulling in.
Darn it.
Hiya. You talking smack, boy?
I know this makes my lips look really white, but here in a minute I'm going to add color over it, so...
Yeah. Banana. I know.
All a primer does is help hold on to color better. Some of the lipstick from last night was still around my lip ring.
Boy, he likes to argue. Yeah. Yeah. Get the fuck out. Yeah, you can't do it.
Alright. That's done.
We have to watch Rambo. Now you have to watch it.
Oh God.
Just at least the first one. They're awesome. Rocky. Have you ever seen the Rocky movies?
No.
Oh, me and you, we're gonna have to have a.
I'm doing my lipstick now. I'm using this angled brush to use on my the liner. Make sure you watch your mouth. I'm doing a video, please.
Your brother was being pelted by stink bugs outside the door. 'Tis the season, folks. In North Carolina, we typically change mosquitoes for stink bugs about this time of year. Unfortunately, for a little while, we're still getting bit by mosquitoes while being pelted by stink bugs, who are violent little devils. They don't bite, but they'll spray the hell out of you. That's not a bad word. I got you. Don't yell at me. I'll be right back.
I know I just kind of done that weird, but just trying to do the line. I'm doing the line just so I can stay like on my lips a lot easier, a lot better.
Love you. Stinker baby. Stinker baby.
Who you talking to?
Make your brother try some more. Yep. It's probably just an excuse to have some more, but that's okay.
I don't know about using that primer much. It seems like it makes the color a lot duller once I put this on.
Like the lip primer or what?
Yeah.
I don't like that lip primer. I love the plumper, but I don't like the primer. Okay.
Well, you told me you didn't like it because of how white it was. How it makes my lips.
Huh?
She's in love with that stuff already.
Chocolate milk almond milk, unsweetened, with pistachio nut crunch.
What does drink have to do with being full? I said, what does drink have to do with being full?
That is making me extremely full. Plus, I just ate, like, I broke my fast, and then I had the performance nut butter, then I'm on the second glass of this, and I'm just, like, really full. But I want it. Well, not a straight one. Fireball is. From the Fireball, they have to add the cream flavor, and they add sugar to it. The cream doesn't have sugar.
They're talking about alcohol over there.
Straight liquor is not. But then you get to beer and ale, they add coke.
And that pretty much completes my look right there. Sometimes I'll take a powder and I'll put it over this so it's not as shiny. Sometimes I prefer the shiny look. It looks like I have a natural highlight up here, and that's okay with me. I don't normally use highlight in itself anyway. But that's all for this video, guys. Make sure you hit that bell icon if you haven't already. If you're new to this channel, please hit subscribe. Like the video if you enjoyed it. That's her saying. I need to have my own.
Okay. Well, I was just telling them much love for me.
Alright. Bye, y'all.